higher being energy surrounding your field right now. So if you are called to click on this video, this being wants to make themselves known to you and wants to deliver a message through this video. Hey beautiful soul, welcome back to another video here on my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Natalie and this is Be a Free Spirit. On this channel, I focus a lot on spirituality, psychology, self-growth, and consciousness. If you are interested in learning more about your soul mission or wanting to get in-depth guidance from your spiritual team, then you can book that session down below on my website. So if you came across this video, then you were meant to click on this because there is a higher consciousness being who is in your energy field, and they have come to help you during this point in your ascension, and I also have some guidance. So this reading will allow themselves to become present and known to you, and then they'll share a message around what they want you to know during this time and why they're here to help. So we have 4 groups. This is group number 1. This is Strawberry Quartz. This is group 2. This is Lapis Lazuli. This is group number 3. This is Rainbow Moonstone. And this is group number 4. This is Lepidolite. All right, so timestamps are listed down below for your group. Let's jump straight into the reading. Hey Pile Ones, welcome to your reading. So let's jump straight into it and see what higher being is currently in your energy field. They're ready to make themselves known to you. And this doesn't mean this is the only being that's helping you in your spiritual journey. This is just the one that really wanted to come forward during this time. We're gonna find out why they're here and then the messages they have for you during this time, okay? So let's jump straight into it. So the higher being that is currently in your energy field right now is hope. And they say love and acceptance, okay? So this is the higher being that is really here for you right now, which I love because look at this energy of just like that solar plexus. We have like that sacral chakra present. So we really identified that this is an energy who wants to make themselves known to you, okay? Confirmation, and really wants to help you at this point in your journey, okay? And so that's the thing about these higher consciousness beings is they can really choose to show up however they want, okay? So this is the energy of an entity. So let's kind of see why they're here and what they want you to know, okay? So let's see why they're here. Okay, yes, so what I'm getting so far, they're saying I'm here because I'm here to help you come into your highest power, right, with this high priestess, helping you change your perspective on what you really thought was possible for your life or what you thought you desired. This perspective is changing. And this is why I'm here to help you, is to help change this perspective and to help you really come into your full power. I want you to have a fulfilling life. All of your spiritual team does. And so because of that, you have to be able to really see things from a different level to get you to here. I can imagine, you know, maybe the way that you grew up, or maybe certain limitations or mindsets, they're saying, you know, could have caused these blocks, but they want more for your life. And so that's kind of why this being is here. Let's see a little bit more. Revelation. Yeah, unmarked trail. Look at that. Like, something I'm getting from this energy is they're saying the unmarked trail, meaning you're going to go down a path that you've never seen before. This rainbow is really trying to tell you that you paint your own reality and that you paint what's beautiful. And so this unmarked trail is revelation of, again, things that are possible. So it's pretty beautiful because I think that's basically one of the main reasons that this being is here, is to really help you kind of get to this new perspective, revelation, right? Seeing something new, seeing an unused way, seeing a new way. There's just something about creating your own path that I'm really getting from them. We also have Will of the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Yep, see, that's what they're saying, is this is going to be unknown, this path. You've never been down this path before, and that's kind of the point, right? That's really why this energy is here, is to kind of help you see that there is another way. There's another possible way to do things. There's a new possible way to look at things, to act towards things. It's just completely a new perspective change. And there's just something about like this energy of hope as well. And that's just the way the energy, or the deity and this higher conscious being really wanted to make themselves be known, is through this energy of hope. And so it's almost like the message I'm hearing is them saying, have hope that things are changing, because I'm here helping you make those changes, encouraging you, helping you see your potential. And then there's also saying closing door completion. Yes, I think that makes sense with what we're talking about. Like ending the way things used to be, shutting the door on the past, on the way that you used to do things. There's just such an energy here of carving out your own path, creating your own path. And that's why this energy is really present. And this consciousness is just trying to awaken this within yourself. And so whatever's kind of coming into your situation, it's going to be different for all of you. But this energy here is trying to get you to change your perspective, the way that you see things. So this energy is going to be bringing lots of things into your field that are going to help you change your perspective. So now be open to seeing them. Okay. Whew. So that's why this deity is here, which makes a lot of sense. Deity, you know, higher being, consciousness, energy, whatever you resonate with. I'm kind of just saying all the above because they're really just coming to you in the way that resonates. So, but yeah, I think this makes sense of why they're here and what they're trying to bring into your life. So the main message that I'm hearing them say is this, right? Gain this new perspective. You have to open your eyes, because this image actually kind of beautifully shows that. You can kind of see like her eyes are closed, but yet you can kind of see her eyes are open. And it's because it's that like duality, but more so like this kind of is just them saying like, this is your energy right now. It's, you do know your higher self, right? Your soul knows that there's something better, and that's why their eyes are open, but your eyes are shut because you don't realize that. And so that's what they want you to do, is to open your eyes. And so they're trying to show you new perspectives. Okay. Let's get some messages, and we'll also pull some last cards. So these are direct messages from them. So they're saying respect your boundaries at this time. Okay. And what I'm hearing around this is, for some of you, it might be hard to kind of really follow your bliss, because what would people say? What is my family going to think? What is this person going to think? You know, kind of breaking maybe old family cycles that used to be, or old, again, ways of being that used to be. And so you have to respect your own boundaries, that if people don't like your decision or don't like your choice to carve out your own life, that's not your responsibility. Your only responsibility is to respect yourself and respect these choices that you want to make for your life, because it's not about them. It's about your life and what you want for it. Then the last message too is calm the storm, calm in the storm. Oh yes, look at this third eye as well. These are very similar images right here with this high priestess. Calm in the storm. It's this inner peace, and you know, you could feel like your energy is chaotic, and maybe that's why your eyes are shut, like in this image, you know, because you feel just kind of shut off because it's easier. But you're really going to be learning through this perspective change that when you follow what you want in your life, it causes that restraint to really break down, and then you don't feel this kind of like overarching anxiety all the time. Because when we're not in alignment with what we truly desire, and we're living for others to please them, to not rock the boat, to whatever the case is, there could be lots of different programs there. But this being is saying, like, being calm in the storm, kind of learning that as things are changing around you, you just keep following what makes you feel at peace. You keep following what makes you see life as blissful. And that's the perspective change that you're going to be getting. Okay. So let's pull one last card just to get one last powerful message from this being that is currently in your energy field. Now you can call upon them for assistance, or if you want to, you know, kind of meet with them in a deeper way, you can call upon them. So, you know, we might not have a specific name for this energy that's with you, but they're presenting themselves as hope to you. So you can kind of call upon that. You can ask for their name. You can kind of just, there's lots of like guided meditations that guide you through how to meet these, like these beings. So you can call upon them and then kind of meet them through meditation, however you feel called. But let's pull a final card. All right, one last message for group number one from this being. What would you like them to walk away with? Okay, we have endless opportunities. It's wonderful to have the freedom to choose. However, sometimes indecision can be almost suffocating. So get into your body and let your gut feeling guide the way. You have options and opportunities that you may not have realized. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there. So reach out and wholeheartedly choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted or confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reason and limitation direct our choices, and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose life from a place of heart, compassion, and integrity, and you can't go wrong. Woo! Well, that was pretty spot on if I say so myself. Dang. This being is very beautiful energy, very supportive too, and powerful, I feel. You know, I feel also very calm, because if you guys know my energy, my natural energy is kind of like just like very like, I talk too fast, people always say, you know, but I felt a lot more calm when I was channeling this energy. So I feel like that's kind of the presence too, is just to bring you to this state of peace and feeling that in your own body and in your own experience. But wow, group one, overall, this is your reading and what being is currently in your energy field and what they wanted you to know. So I hope this brought some clarity, and I hope you work with this being. Let me know down below if you do, or if you recognize, or if you've already met this being. I'd love to hear from you. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second group. Hey Pile 2s, welcome to your reading. So first we're gonna see what being is currently in your energy field and why they want to make themselves known to you, why they're here, and then how they're gonna support you. And then we'll pull a last final message. So let's see what being is currently in your energy field. We have Lady Nadia, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Wow. Give and receive in balance. So Lady Nadia is really the energy who's present, and it doesn't necessarily, you know, have to be this like image or even some of these traits. This is just how the being really wanted to make themselves known to you. So this is really beautiful. Let's see why they're here. Wow, look at that. Wow. Okay. So what I'm hearing him say is they're here to help you kind of awaken. And that's why the sun is in reverse, because there's some part of you, could be a mindset. There's just something that hasn't been unlocked yet with the sun in reverse. But the world card, right? And this Ace of Swords, there's this sense of like coming into part of your alignment with the world card. There's something that's out of alignment right now. And this being is here to help you come back into your alignment and awaken. Because I do see like, you know, these beams of light here, and it does just really make me think about awakening. And that's what I keep kind of hearing, is just coming back to ascension, coming back to being whole. Okay, let's see what else they have to say around this. Why they're here. Lost compass, coming back to integrity. Wow. Yes, see, coming back to something. I knew I felt that. Yeah, coming back. Dream thief, refusal of the call. And Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Okay, so I'm getting from this being, while they're here, is because there is kind of a refusal of a call within self, right? Within you. And that's why that sun is in reverse. But it's about getting back to who you truly are, getting back to integrity. And I think about integrity and how I feel like they're really trying to say that is it's really coming back to what's true for you, right? What's true for your soul, which is your ascension. It's your soul plan. It's what you've already lined out to live in this human experience. And so that's what it's about, right? It's getting back to like intentionality and knowing what you're actually walking towards and making intentional decisions to raise your consciousness and vibration, to move through your ascension. It's just a lot of like support is what I hear from this being, is they're just kind of being that supportive energy that's helping you stay empowered and helping you stay encouraged, because they want you to get back to your ascension. So they're just part of your spiritual team during this point. So whatever is kind of, you know, blocking, that's going to be for you guys to identify and really think about, you know, what are you refusing to be honest with about yourself? This refusal of a call, this call from self. From higher self, because there is a higher call here. And I think there could be a fear of, why me? How am I going to do this? You know, I think that's always something the human mind kind of deals with. But look at the ideas that are going to be coming. And so that's what I mean, is I think they're saying like, get out of your own way as well. So like, don't refuse this call, just answer it and know that it's meant for your ascension. All right, let's see what direct messages they now have for you. We have with love and kindness. Beautiful. Know you belong. Know you were meant to do this. Know that you were meant to be part of this amazing group of light workers who are here to do beautiful things and help raise the consciousness. Know that you belong to this community. And time to ground. That's beautiful. I'm gonna kind of just know some things. Yeah, so their messages to you are, pretty straightforward. It's time to ground your energy and really bring awareness to what is blocking you so that you can kind of come back to that self, because they're here helping stand by your side, helping you see the truth. And, guiding with love and kindness is always going to be the answer, because when you're guiding with what feels like love to you and what feels good, you're in your ascension. When you're out of your ascension, it's going to feel rigid. It's going to feel like you're fighting against something. It's just always going to feel complicated. So it's always just kind of leading with peace, love, kindness, and knowing that you do deserve to have great things. And so getting out of your own way, is kind of what I heard. But let's get a final message from this being of really just what else they really want you to know and how they're supporting. But I think they're bringing a lot of empowerment through love is really what I'm getting. Oh, well, there we go. That was pretty fast. Okay. So they say water, the overflow. The being in the picture has many hands, and yet water falls through her fingers. It blesses her in the moments it touches her radiant skin and continues on its journey. Her heart is also overflowing with love. Her eyes are filled with tears. She gracefully allows what comes through to move her without control. Aligned with purpose, she is overjoyed to give from this limitless place, and she radiates so much light into the world. Give more from a place of overflow than obligation. Even when we think we have nothing to give, coming from a mindset of overflow creates more of what we want. Wow. Being in kind of just this state of flow. Beautiful. So group 2, this is the message from this higher being. You can call upon them at any time through meditation or however you feel called if you wish to communicate with them further. So don't hesitate to do that if you feel called. But this is the message they have for you and, where they're really helping you in your ascension right now. So really hope this brought you some peace and clarity on your journey. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to group number 3. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. Okay, so let's see what being is present in your energy field and wants to be known. We'll see why they're here. Got quite a few cards for that. And then we'll see messages from them and we'll pull a last message live, okay? So let's see what higher being is here for you right now. We have the white eagle, the ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Interesting. Okay, so this being seems to be someone from your spiritual team that's an ancestor, definitely, with the ancestor spirit. And so they're wanting to make themselves be known. And it seems like some family pattern maybe needs to be healed. So let's kind of see more about why they're here. 2 of Swords. Yep. Yeah, okay. 5 of Swords. And the Emperor. Okay. Yeah, so they're definitely here to help you unravel old patterns or mindsets so that you can be free. And I always see ravens as kind of spirit coming through. So it's like they're kind of here helping you untie these blindfolds and these kind of old mindsets that are really holding you back. And that makes sense because releasing old patterns. This is something that is from your family. So this is like a learned mindset, a learned behavior. I think it's definitely something to do with like a mindset, or the way that you do things because of how you perceived how it should be done, if that makes sense. So, this being is really here, this part of your ancestor is really here to help you release this, because this doesn't serve your highest good. This doesn't serve you being in your ultimate power, but from a place of humbleness. It just doesn't allow you to be in your best at your best self. And so, you know, your ancestor is really guiding you here to come inwards and really see what this pattern could be. Where has this come from your childhood? And then start to put the awareness to heal it, to untangle it. Let's see why else they're here. We have crown games, right? Use of power. Interesting, because the Emperor here, and I said, you know, it's about kind of empowerment and humility and like humbleness. And so it's really interesting with the crown games. I feel like you are meant to be powerful, and this is why it's important to unravel whatever this mindset is, because you have a lot to offer the collective. You're here to help the collective, and being in this masculine energy is going to be very important for you to move forward. But there is like this humbleness that needs to be acquired, and that somehow is going to happen through this unraveling. This is so interesting. Okay. They're also here to help with the initiation. Wow. The crossing. They're crossing into a new part of your ascension. Okay, it's not that scary. Don't worry. You're not gonna like fail a test or anything. It's just about they're helping you get to this next place in your ascension, and that's why they're here, is to help you untie what's holding you back and what's helping you not progress into this crossing. Spirit of the river, movement toward adventure. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking how I wanna symbol this. Yeah, movement toward adventure. I definitely hear them saying to greater things, to things that are, again, going to bring this humility. And I think through adventure, through experiences, through kind of diving into the unknown waters, diving into places that you've never seen, is going to create this kind of humbleness energy. So they're really here to help facilitate that. Stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Yes, see, you are, of course, a powerful light being, okay? A being who is here to make incredible things happen. And, you know, these programs that got programmed into your from your childhood are not permanent. They can be unprogrammed. That's just what we were taught. But our consciousness is well above being able to have that be permanent. And so it's really just about untangling these, and you can do that through coaching, through a therapist, definitely working with someone who can help you hold that space, I think is going to be important if you haven't done so already, okay? But this ancestor being, this spirit, is just really here to kind of help you move forward and get out of your own way, because you're not responsible for how you are programmed, but you are responsible for healing it, okay? All right. And then we also have now messages directly from this ancestor, okay? So let's see what they want you to know now that we know why they're here to help you. We have be patient. That's a message from them. I'm gonna put that right there. Be patient. They're also saying know your power, okay? Know your power. And show that you care. Show that you care. This is showing that you care to, probably what I'm actually hearing them say is, show you care to your family still, or these loved ones, because even though you have awareness, or you're going to gain awareness into the programs that your family has put on you, it's never out of malicious intent. They only were doing what they thought was best based on their own programming. And again, that's why we're all responsible for healing those patterns so they don't hurt others. But this awareness is just becoming more and more present as we're raising our consciousness. So there has to be a level of forgiving that this pattern occurred, and still showing that, you know, I forgive you. And whatever boundary you need, if they remain in your life, if they don't. But it's just about leading with that humility and humbleness, I think, is a really important lesson that your ancestors want you to learn. I can imagine probably because that wasn't modeled as a child, right? Or wasn't modeled in your life, or wasn't appropriate allowed in your life. Could be lots of things, but just showing you care. This is also showing that you care to yourself as well though, okay? So you have to kind of know what your boundaries are, and that's why it's important to work with someone who can hold space so that you can really have a safe space to explore what your boundaries are and how to talk about it and how to move past, you know, what is holding you back. So yeah, I'm definitely hearing that from your ancestors. It feels like kind of like a very much tough love energy, like the energy of like, I love you, but you have to know how powerful you are. Like that's what your ancestors are saying. Like they're kind of like, I just feel that, you know, I feel them just saying, just trust me. Like trust me, knowing that this pattern is not what you're doomed to. You're not doomed just because you were raised in this. You are more powerful and you can come out of this with love and compassion. Be patient though with the process for sure, because know that healing and untangling family programs can take years, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't be doing beautiful things in the, you know, while healing occurs. As you heal and as you get those revelations, you open up more space, okay? All right, let's get one final message from this ancestor, from this energy who really wanted to make themselves known to you. One message for group number 3. What would be the most impactful for them to hear right now? There we go. Okay. We have the violet flame. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusionary constructs, and become empowered beings, life presents more opportunities to grow than ever before. Your sensitivity will be heightening, so it may be harder to spend time in places with certain energies. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy field? A routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high, and help you to see through illusions that block or disorient you. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalance. And there's the violet flame. Beautiful. So this is your message, group number 3. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of this, and I hope it brought you some clarity and light in your journey. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hey Pile 4s, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing so well today. Let's put them right here. All right, let's see what energy being wants to make themselves known to you. And then we'll see why they're here and then messages they have for you, okay? So the energy being in your field is Lady Porta, divine order. Do what feels right. An important lesson is currently unfolding. Wow. Sorry if I butchered that name. But this being is, I think, really here. There's a lot of third eye energy here for sure. Look at all the purple. And I was very called to purple today as well for this reading. But divine order, some big lesson is occurring. So let's see what that lesson is, because that's why they're here. 2 of Cups in reverse. The Wheel. And Death and Rebirth. Okay. So why they're here is to support a shift, right? A transition, a death, a rebirth. There's something changing in your life. I think it has something to do with a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be like friendship, business partner, work, boss, anything. Just some type of like relationship that has been in your life that has not been in balance. It's not been a very balanced relationship. It's been very one-sided. It's been taking up way too much of your energy. And so this being is here to help now shift those tides with the Will, help turn that and kind of create a rebirth. So if this relationship hasn't already really shifted. You're really being called to understand why it's shifting for you and why it's going to, and to just kind of flow with it. So a death and rebirth. Let's see what else. First breath, beginner's mind. Look at that. Yes, and the reason I think this is happening is to get you to see a new perspective of how relationships can be. Different ways. This is just not a positive relationship, and this is not the way it should be. And so this death and rebirth is to get you to this beginner's mind of seeing things from a different perspective, because the wheel of fortune, right? Beautiful things are changing if you allow it to be so. You also have a tidy house, clarity and organization. To me, this is more so about keeping your energy field clear, is what I hear from this being. Cleanse your energy field, because again, you are giving way more energy than you're receiving. So your cup is consistently empty and it's not being filled back up. And so it's important to protect your energy and also cleanse your energy. So a deep, like, kind of tidy up internally is being called right now to help bring you clarity. That could also mean your space. Take it as it resonates, but I definitely kind of feel like, especially with the one, it's kind of more about self, but that can be your internal home or your external home. Okay. They're also here to help you with diving deep into a task. Yeah. And I think this is the task, right? Is to have this rebirth and this death. They're kind of helping you kind of come through this, because this is a big lesson to learn, is with this beginner's mind and not becoming maybe jaded from this situation, or maybe you have to kind of work through limiting mindsets of people pleasing, or there could be all kinds of reasons, but they're here to kind of support you moving forward from this relationship and seeing a different perspective. All right, let's get some messages from this energy. We have be without malice. Just lead with love. Yes. Like, kind of knowing, even though this person, maybe could be cruel at times, honestly, like, and maybe you don't realize that they're cruel, or mean. But I kind of feel that with this image, but it's important to follow not with that same energy, right? To follow with the energy of love and lead with peace. Because if you have to end the relationship, being in that low vibe is not going to give you the rebirth, right? The rebirth is kind of all about seeing things from a different perspective and realizing that this is not best for you anymore. But that doesn't mean that they're a terrible person or anything like that. Even if they're mean or whatever it is, it's kind of just being like, you're just not good for me anymore. But that doesn't mean that you're not good. It's just kind of still leading from a place of love, because that's actually a huge like rebirth and lesson to learn, is to kind of lead with love, because most people in our society would say that's weakness, but it's really the opposite, to be able to forgive. And even if it's not about forgiveness, but being able to just treat someone kindly after they've treated us not like that, it just doesn't feel, I think, as natural for some people. But it needs to come back into how we treat others. Is we don't allow others to treat us that way, but we also don't have to kind of give back the same energy. Okay, that's just what I'm hearing from this energy. We're also seeing embrace the dark. Okay, deep diving. Now that sounds weird. Okay, deep diving into, I think it's about deep diving into, maybe there's a cycle here with this person, because I do keep staring at this wheel and I see all of these like circles, and I am thinking about cycles, and that does keep kind of coming through with this as well. And I think about death and rebirth as a cycle. So I almost think what they're saying here is embracing that shadow aspect of why is this person been a cycle for you? Because I think there's a lesson to learn about okay, how can I move forward from this cycle? And what is it that keeps me here? Do I feel guilty? Do I feel obligated? Do I feel like I don't deserve better? Could be whatever it is, but there's something about embracing that shadow aspect and diving deep into that root cause so that you can be reborn without that attachment. We also have let two become one. See, this is your own inner self. You're combining your own feminine and masculine energy. It's kind of just this wholeness, because remember this one here. And so there is this inner tidying up that this guy, this spirit, this being is helping you with, is kind of just rebirth yourself into this kind of new advanced being. Oh my God, this is just so beautiful, but it's going to take a minute to get here, right? And that's why there's this kind of patience of why I think they're here to help you dive deep into what needs to be healed first. But they're still going to be present through this journey of helping you kind of tidy up and come back into balance. It's just beautiful. I just feel a very loving energy. I feel like this being could just be a part of your spiritual team who's always present with you throughout your whole ascension, because it just feels very loving. It feels like this being like really loves you and wants to see the best for you and is just leading with a lot of compassion and patience, and that's just kind of what I feel. So it's beautiful. Change is unavoidable. Okay, well, I just said that, and see, that's what they're saying is this is unavoidable. This has to change because something is not in balance. And look at the duality that we have here. I kind of want to point this out in a few areas. We have the duality here with the night and day, right? Kind of that yin and yang presence. We have it kind of just here in general, kind of like the death and the rebirth, because it's really however you see it. The two cups in that duality, this duality of the masculine and feminine energy. And so there's this duality of yourself that needs to come back into balance. And the shadow aspect is interesting here too, because it's the shadow work that's kind of being asked and supported by this being right now. But this change is unavoidable because it no longer is serving your ascension. And that's probably why it feels a little intense right now, because it's not within your alignment anymore, or it's felt intense and it's ended, or whatever the case is. But this does need to shift, and this does need to change. So that's why this being is here to help and support you. So this is beautiful, and those are the messages they have. Let's get one final message from them for this journey. One final message for group number 4. What would be helpful for them to know at this moment? I was like, couldn't decide. One card, please. That's helpful for them at this moment. There we go. They were looking for the right message. Okay. We have Lumen Essence. When we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness. Illusion drops away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself that you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness. Lumen Essence means essence of light. Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. Woo! That wholeness. Wholeness is the word I keep hearing. Coming back to wholeness. I love it. So group number 4, this is their message from this higher being, and what they really wanted you to know. If you want to connect more with this being, of course, just call upon them and they can identify themselves more clearly for you. But this is really what they wanted you to know. So I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I will see you guys in the next video.